This is Matt with the new Braves cap, and I'm going to be talking with myself today. I'm talking to a younger version of me when I had an older, beat-up Braves hat. And today we're going to talk about 40% Kennedys and 35% war nickels. How boring, right? Well, I think today's going to be exciting. And if you remember the movie La Bamba, do you remember La Bamba? I'm going to play this one scene.
We still got a lot of places to stop at.
Hey, look at this. It's Woody Woodpecker and Buzz Buzzard. Hey, this is the real stuff. They make cartoons out of these things.
Can it, jerk off? It's kitty stuff.
Finders keepers.
Basura. Eat it.
That's what I'm talking about. That older gentleman said, that's kitty stuff. But man, that older brother knew this was gold. That was Woody Woodpecker. And he was going to make drawings based on that, right? He saw gold in that trash. Trash to treasure. So I love La Bamba, but that message, what he found in that garbage, I consider as the 40% and the 35% coinage. There's people out there like me and like you that are going to find it, and it's worth money. During this interview with this old hat, this old rough and rugged, Merle Haggard loving kid who's been in the coin game for a little while.
At least you know the way I feel. Take all the money in the bank. Think I'll just stay here and drink.
I'm first going to ask him questions about what does he collect, why does he collect it, and what's it worth. So my first question to him, what is a 40% Kennedy and a 35% war nickel? So the 35% silver war nickels were made from 1942 to 1945. And if you look at the current melt value, it's about $1.40. So this is the most fractional silver you can find because the dime is $1.80. So again, $1.40 for this nickel or $1.80 for a 90% dime. So what you're saying is if I'm looking for the lowest premium, easiest entry into the silver world, you're saying 35 and 40 is an option. It's not the only option, but you're saying at least know about it so that if the opportunity comes, you can take advantage of it. You have the 40% Kennedys, which were from 1965 all the way to 1970, but most of the time you don't find 1970. You're going to find 65 to 69. Melt value of a 40% is $3.66. So this 40% is somewhere between the dime, again at $1.80, and the quarter, which is, let's say, $4.50, right? So this is somewhere a little bit less than a quarter. Now you mentioned melt value for the 40% silver, 60% copper. Would anybody ever melt these? Would you recommend melting them? Because that seems crazy to me. And I've also heard on the 35%, it's 35% silver, 56% copper, but there's that 9% of manganese that makes it dangerous to melt. So when I hear that, I say, why would you ever melt them? They are perfect, they're beautiful, they're historical. So why do you use melt value? Is that just to have a baseline of what we all think it's worth? Now, these are the bottom line, lowest premium silver that you can buy. So this is a great way for a brand new collector that is just curious about coins to get in at the lowest premium. And with that lowest premium, you got to also expect on the other end the lowest premium return. But nobody loves 35 or 40% coinage. Everybody loves 90%. Everybody loves 999 and 49's fine. That's where I prefer too. So why would you recommend somebody go collect things that others might not want? You could walk down the street with a pocket full of these, and unfortunately and fortunately, a lot of people won't know that there's silver in a 1968 Kennedy. They may know 1964 and before, but they may not even know that these are 40% Kennedy. So in a way, that's good because, hey, if you empty your pockets and show them a bunch of coins, they may sort through it and say, ah, that's nothing. So, hey, you get to walk away, right, with your silver. But the bad side is there's also going to be people that if you do have to sell this, you got to think about that, they may not know either. So there's going to be some education. Again, it's the least desirable silver, right? The 40% and a little bit below that, a little less desirable is the 35. But a benefit of that is that you could walk around with this, hide it amongst other dimes and pennies, who knows, and people would just see it as common change. I don't think a lot of people would know that that is silver. So again, that's a plus and a minus. Interesting. Well, so I'm a coin collector. Is there any fun in collecting 35 or 40%? Are there any varieties to look for? Is there any books or sets to build? One of the benefits of war nickels are the double dies and the double I. So the 1943P is the most common war nickel, and if you're into looking for some varieties, you know, there's something to actually hunt. Same with the 40%, there are some double dies on the 66 that you can look for, and the 67. I love putting these little sets together. So anytime I want to, I can put these little sets together, and I think they're kind of cool just to hold on to or maybe give as giveaways or graduation gifts. If you think about it, these are each about $1.50. So let's just say this is a $20 set. You can give it to somebody that just graduated high school. Maybe they throw it in a drawer and 20 years later they think it's cool. But it's something, right? Something meaningful that you can pass on. Well, thank you. This has been a great interview. It's been a great way to look at silver in a different way. Again, people that already know about 35 and 40 may just say, I love this video. But there's people out there that know nothing about 35 and 40%. So if you know those type of people, or if your brother or your cousin or somebody else you know has asked you about it, send them this video. Let this video be the introduction to 35 and 40. Because as 90% dries up and 999 and 49's fine becomes harder and harder to find, we're gonna have to move to the lower grade stuff. Just like when you're digging, your initial dig, you're gonna find gold. But soon you're gonna have to be finding little specks. And you have to go get that too. So if you know anybody that is looking for cheaper, lower premium, less desirable, just something to get them started, recommend 35 and 40% Kennedys. Again, it's not the premium stuff, it's not the best, but at least gets the job done. One interesting thing that you're gonna notice is that all the 65, 66, and 67s have no mint mark, which you would assume that meant they were all made in Philadelphia, but that's not necessarily true. If you look at all coins, so we're talking pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, all the 65, 66, and 67 had no mint mark. And they did that because they wanted to discourage people from saving and collecting coins. They were afraid people were going to hoard these coins, so they wanted to make them less appealing, less of a collector's item with the different mint marks. And then also you see they had the special mint sets. So for those 3 years, we did not have proof sets or mint sets. Interestingly, in 68, they came back, mint sets were back, proof sets were back, and the one thing I noticed is the mint marks were all of a sudden on the obverse.
But here I am again, mixing misery and gin, sitting with all my friends and talking to myself.
All right, let's wrap it all up. This is what we do, guys. We collect coins, we collect silver because we believe in it. It's at 25, 26, 27. It's gonna go to 30, 35, 40. Imagine how exciting it's gonna be. And when people look back at 2020, 21, they're gonna say, you know, you guys that are watching this video, you're the grandfathers of this movement. right? The silver squeezes on. Wall Street bets, silver, everything, silver, silver, silver. The silver raid. But where did it start? It started with the Premier Train, Mad Stacker, Patrioit Stacker, all these guys that are relatively new still. We are going to be looked at as the old hats. The people that have been here when silver was 15, 16, 17, 18, got excited when it hit 20. We are the ones, right? So let's honor that. Let's keep putting out videos, keep putting comments in, keep this community growing strong. I'm so happy that I'm on board, guys, and I'm still just getting started. So I'm happy to be here. This community is awesome. If you're here and you're new, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe everybody that you come across and start building your own channel. That's my #1 recommendation. Go get yourself some coins, open it on video, and put it out there. Who cares if 5 people watch it? That group of 5 is now watching you and they're learning from you. So you're able to take what you're learning, share it with others, and that's what this is all about. We're collecting coins, but we're sharing knowledge. So I'm happy to be part of this community. I'm gonna grow together. I wanna be with this group. All right, I'll talk to you guys next time. So now I'm having a conversation with a person that's new to coins. Now, first question mark. Now, during this interview with myself, I was the youngest brother. My older brother was 4 years older, and if I ever said, yeah, man, I'm cool, he'd say, no, you're not. Oh, okay, I guess I'm not.